Hello, Internet, and welcome to yet another episode of Game On. I am Todd Kirpelman. I'm a developer advocate here on the Play Games team.
Hey, I'm Duncan Curtis. I'm a product manager on the Google Play team, and I've just launched the Google Play Games app.
Oh, well, that's very convenient because that happens to bring us to this week's episode. Episode 6, we're going to be talking about the Play Games app. Before we get into that, though, let's talk about some other news and updates. The first thing is that some of you might have noticed there is a new update to Play Services that has been rolling out, and I think by the time this video launches, it should be out to all of the world. What's new for you on the Play Game Services side of things? Not much, so it's not a very exciting announcement, but we did introduce a number of bug fixes, a lot in real-time multiplayer, and there's been this image loader crash that I know has been driving people crazy over on the public bug database. So that has finally been addressed. Thanks everyone for your patience. And by the way, proof that the public bug database actually works. That's how we caught this one. So remember, visit that, and we'll add on a link here. And report any issues that you find, because apparently it works. In addition, if you can't get enough of me, if you're saying once every 2 weeks is just not enough Todd, I have started a new DevByte series, which is introducing Play Games for iOS. It's a series of screencasts where we're going to go through adding sign-in, achievements, leaderboards, some sharing on Google Plus to an iOS application. So go ahead and follow along or share it with your favorite iOS developer.
Are you saying this like now with 100% more Todd?
100% more Todd.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's actually like it's going to be like 600% more Todd.
Even
this
better.
is like
Wow,
3 times a week.
This is news.
It's honestly more Todd than most of you really want. So I won't be offended if that's too much Todd. But anyway, we should go on to our main topic here, which is the Play Games app. Yes, Duncan, you've been in charge of this thing now. I know we just launched a release. Is there anything exciting in this week's release?
Yes, actually, we've got some really cool stuff. So first, I'll discuss a little bit about the app, and then I'll maybe go through and talk about some of the things that have updated. I mean, you all know the Play Games app. It's the hub of gaming for Android as it grows, and more features are rolling out. It's becoming the place you go when you want to do gaming on Android. And that's good for developers, because now we've got a place for everyone to go. Not just a vertical in the store, we've now got our own app. It also lets people game with each other, find each other, track their progress in your games, where you mark your own achievements and let people update them, and they get to track their progress, and also discover new titles, discover some of your titles, discover what their friends are playing. Maybe their friends are playing your game now. So I think perhaps it's best if I show you.
That'd be good. Let's go to a demo.
Cool. So here's the home screen of the destination app, as everyone knows and loves. We've got the My Games section at the top, which shows all your Play-enabled games.
So now, are these all games that you have installed on the device?
No, it's whatever you've played most recently on the Play-enabled games.
Okay.
So you could have been playing, just to hark back to your DevByte series, you could have been playing a Play-enabled game on iOS, and it may it'll still show up here.
Gotcha. Okay, so this list is populated based on the most recent games I've been playing using the Play Game service.
Correct.
Okay.
It also has, it shows, for users, it shows the number of achievements they've got to sort of drive people who really love to get that 100% achievement complete on a game. If they can see here that you've got 28 of 29 achievements, very likely to jump back into your game, even if it's down in the 4th or 5th slot.
Okay.
Next, we have the player section. These are all of your G+ friends who are Play-enabled, so people who are actually gaming and have been gaming recently.
Gotcha. So this is people in my Google Plus circles who have used a game using Play Services.
Correct.
So basically, we know, hey, these guys have signed into a game. They're gaming. They're probably people you could play a multiplayer game with.
Exactly. As you can see here, here's Ellie Powers, and she's been playing our fantastic sample app, Nostalgic Racer. So if I jump on into...
How did you know she was playing Nostalgic Racer?
So if I jump back up for 1 second, see in the bottom right-hand corner just
yeah,
here.
there's that little icon.
Little icons, yeah. So it's really great, because if you're a big fan of Nostalgic Racers, I clearly am, and say, for example, Triple Town, shout out to Spry Fox, great game. So if you're a fan of one of these games, it makes you much more likely to be like, hey, I should go check out other games that this friend has been playing. So yeah, I'll dive into there a little bit more deeply in a minute.
Okay.
Here we have our featured games. So this is where we're showing the list of featured titles that are play enabled. Now, we have just released one update here as well, which I'll point out is that installed or purchased titles will no longer show up in this list if there's more featured games for you to show.
Gotcha. So if I already had Monster Shooter
2, it would no longer show up in this row unless you had all of our featured games, which is a happy problem.
Okay.
What that really means is that if you do, for developers, specifically for developers, it's going to be really important because if you do make our featured list, then it doesn't matter if you're number 1 in the featured list, you still have a really great chance of getting high levels of visibility in the Play Games app.
So now, how do I get on this featured games list?
Featured games list is a hand-curated list by our BD team.
Okay. So I got to make a game that impresses our BD team.
Exactly. We've got
And
people
I should
who
probably
review.
enable game services.
You would. That's a minimum requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this list, is this a completely separate list than, say, some of the featured lists in the Play Store?
Correct. That's correct. There's a completely separate list that we take care of.
Okay.
Because we're gamers, we know what we want, and we like really great integrations. So there's some really good example integrations. If you check out our dev docs for great ways to integrate our service, there's basic ways to do it, and then there's really cool and impressive ways to do it. So we're always looking for that dare to be great situation.
So these tend to be good games that also have really nice integrations.
Yes, it certainly makes it more common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So the other list is You May Know. So You May Know is a place for you to find people that Google Plus backend has said, hey, these are people you know. So a good place for you to most likely find your friends.
Gotcha. So now, are these people already in my circles? These
No.
are people not in my circles,
People
but
not in your circles,
Google
but
Plus things, I probably know them.
you probably know them. There's probably a good chance.
And are these people necessarily gamers?
Not at this stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, you're probably going to know which ones of your friends are gamers anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So one of the other updates we've just recently released is that some of these rows for players and for You May Know, when you jump into a next level down. So for example, if I jump into a player and jump back up, if I had more than 3 players here, if I had more than the maximum row number, we would actually cycle between some of the players so that you can see a bit more of what your friends are doing. That also applies to the You May Know row, is that we want to really just filter through that list a little more quickly and let you get a chance to see some more people.
Hey, right. That list looks different than
It is different from last time.
Wow, magic.
Yeah. So just minor tweaks and tunes here and there. I did want to jump in and just show you a little bit of the cool thing. A cool thing with players is we mentioned earlier that, say, Ellie had been playing Nostalgic Racer, and as I love it, I would like to see what else Ellie is playing. Here I can see all the other games that all the other play-enabled games that Ellie has been playing, and I can jump straight into one, like Triple Town. I'm like, wow. Here's a little bit about Triple Town. Here's the game features that it uses. As you can see there at the top, it uses achievements and leaderboards. And since I haven't got the game installed yet, I haven't gotten any achievements, but I can check the achievements out before I even own the game. So this is a good point for developers or a good reason for developers to implement really great art and useful text that can be explained to users quite easily, because I can see if there's interesting things here to do.
Okay, now I noticed you got here by going through Ellie's profile.
Exactly.
Can I see Ellie's achievements?
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet, meaning that it's a good idea and maybe just...
It is a fantastic idea.
All right, that's what I want to hear. Let's go back to the About section for 1 second.
Sure.
Where does this information come from? Where do we get these badges? Is that automatic? Where's this description?
So the badging features come from when you enable your game in the dev console. You get to say, hey, these are the features I'm using. We have some smarts on the back end that determine legitimate use of the service.
Okay.
And if that passes, then your badging will show up both here and in the Play Store.
Okay, so that's basically, I know Triple Town is gone and they've added achievements and they obviously have leaderboards. And so our system has basically detected that and they sort of get the badges automatically.
Correct.
There's nothing additional the developer needs to do.
There are bits, no, you're correct. Yeah, that as soon as they start sending us the signals and have everything enabled in the dev console, it just works.
Okay.
The description is being pulled from the Play Store, and we're looking at updating some features in the future to make this more interactive and more interesting, but that's where we're at for the moment.
Wait, is it actually from the Play Store or is it from the developer console?
Oh, sorry, no, it's from the developer console. We just did the update. You got me. Well played.
Thanks.
Yeah, we actually
I know a thing or two.
We just recently released an update to the dev console where you'll be able to do some copying and pasting automatically, which will be nice.
Okay.
So from here, users can jump into the Play Store to purchase, or they can just launch the game in the top right where it's got free there over here.
Oh, so clicking on that will take me to the Play Store.
For now, it will take you to the Play Store where you can install, and then if you have this installed from here, you can just click play straight from there.
Gotcha. You say for now, meaning that you've got other ideas maybe in the future for what that button could do?
Goes to the Play Store.
All right. I'm going to get you to commit to some future feature at some point.
Yeah. So we talked about achievements. I'd like to talk about leaderboards a little bit as well. So just for developers to know, you can have more than one leaderboard. So you can have your high score, which can be, let's say it was a high score. You can have, as you can see here, you can have daily, weekly, or all-time leaderboards. That's up to the user to take a look at. But you can also have multiple leaderboards. So for a car racing game, this could be drift versus drag racing versus, I don't know, carjacking if you're in GTA or something. But this is the ability for people to compete in multiple different ways, how they want to compete.
Okay.
So here, within here, you can see people within the player can see within people within their circles that have been competing, and also the entire public leaderboard. So this gives people a chance to compete in multiple different ways within your game. So integrate leaderboards.
All right. Sounds good. And so I was going to say, I mean, we provide the ability for developers to show leaderboards in their games already, but I suppose the advantage here is I don't need to go and install the game before I sort of get to see the leaderboards.
Correct. So you can go check out the leaderboard of any game. So I don't even have Tripletown installed on this account. Trust me, I have it on other accounts.
Yeah.
But you can go check it out and see what's a good score. You also get an idea that if a friend of yours has been bragging about getting 2 million in Tripletown, you go to the leaderboard and you're like, but 28 million is what the top guy has. Then you can quickly get a feel for how your friend is doing.
Okay.
I would like to point out that you mentioned something interesting about leaderboards and achievements. Developers can use our APIs and implement whatever user interface they want in their game if they choose. We do provide client UI so that everyone has a basic experience and it's really quick to get up and going. But irrespective of the way you implement them your side, they'll show up here in the destination app, in the Play Games app, like this. So that way there's a consistent experience for users in the gaming hub. I think that's about all I really wanted to talk about for the moment. I'm really happy with this minor update. We had some bug fixes, which was nice. A little bit more stability. The changes, a little bit more flow through of the players and the different cards, so you can see more. And we've got lots more exciting things to come.
All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. Well, then maybe let's just jump into some follow-up Q&A. Starting with, so where is this app? How do I get it?
You can get it on the Play Store. If you look for Play Games, you can get it there, and some devices come with it pre-installed.
Do you know which ones?
It's ever increasing.
Okay. I do know that right now if you get the new Nexus 7, it comes
Correct.
with that installed.
The Nexus 7, it does.
Okay, so Nexus 7. And so the people that are using the Play Games app right now are people that have actually gone out and said, I want to install this app. And so they're probably a good audience.
Yeah, they're a great audience. We've got a really engaged audience with really good retention. And so getting your game in now, in the early stages as this app is taking off, it's a really great way to find those dedicated gamers. There's not as many games as we want yet using our services. I mean, we've still got a massive slew of them, and it's been fantastic. Thank you, developers, for so many of you integrating, but not everyone's done it yet. So it's a really great opportunity for some of the indie devs to come on, integrate our services, have a great integration, and be able to get featured or have it go through the system like a wildfire in these early stages.
Okay. This kind of, you sort of answered our second question, but yeah, I mean, I'm a developer. What do I get for why do I care about this app?
Yep. Well, this comes for free. So
Okay.
if you integrate our Play Game services, you get shown up here for free. So people will be able to search for your game in the future. We have, as you can see, let me just go down. Could we just switch back to the demo for 1 second?
All right, we're there.
So popular is actually a list of all our most popular Play-enabled games.
Huh.
So this is a similar to on the Play Store, where there's sort of the top free or top pay games. These are the top Play-enabled games. So if you're a developer, you care because if you integrate, you can get straight on this list. And I guarantee you, we check this list very regularly.
Okay, so if I click on one of these, am I able to find out, like, say, Temple Run 2, which of my friends are playing this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yep, that is.
Oh, there's that word again, yet. All right. And then I noticed you also have a list for popular multiplayer.
Yes, so we have got a list of popular multiplayer
I haven't seen
games.
that before.
You haven't seen it before? Well,
I guess I should.
you should probably take a look at it.
I should try this app or
You-
something.
You should really try this app. So basically, that we're rolling out different ways for users to find your game by the way that they use our services. We have popular multiplayer for now, but you could only imagine that we would want to do other things in the future.
Okay.
So we haven't got them yet.
Gotcha. Well, I have to. This might be a very useful. Instance where I might want to see which of my friends are playing this popular multiplayer game.
Exactly. If you
Yes.
want to jump in and see who's playing Super Stickman Golf right now, you can jump in, and if I did have any friends playing, it would show up there as an extra. In the future, it would show up there as an extra tab.
That would be awesome. I can't wait for that. Which
Yep.
you're launching next week. Is that right?
Oh, clearly.
All
Yeah,
right.
next week. That's the one. Just having rolled out a release.
All right. that was sarcasm for those of you not in product development. All right. Cool. So it seems like there are kind of various avenues to kind of getting my game either sort of discovered or rediscovered. What seems to be the most popular? Is it people look at the games they've recently played and they're like, oh yeah, I remember playing that yesterday? Is it
So-
featured stuff? Is it the hey, here's what my friends are playing?
Re-engagement is really good. So we find people open the app and like, oh yeah, they can see the games they've been playing recently, and if they're not feeling like playing that one game they've been playing the most recent, it's a really great way to re-engage. As I said before, like those achievements, if you've got 28 of 29 achievements, great reason to jump back in and finish that last one off. It's also about discovery. Discovery has been really good for us, and featuring is obviously sort of a really, really great way to get that.
Okay. What are other ways I can sort of maximize my discovery potential? Like, besides sort of getting featured, which is nice, but is
Yep, the more services you integrate, the better.
Okay.
So we have, so there are different ways to get discovered for different services. So for example, the multiplayer is a unique service at the moment that has its own entire tab.
okay. And if we let's go into one of these games again. Is there anything you recommend in terms of description that maybe I could do to improve the experience, or is it kind of the same guidelines as the Play Store?
It's the same guidelines as the Play Store, and we'll be improving this in the future to give you more ways to do it. But once again, I would say try to have really good achievement art and leaderboard art. So you can see here that while the developer hasn't chosen to specify icons, if we jump back up to Triple Town, which I went through early defined, we have individual icons for each leaderboard.
Yeah, I have to say these look more appealing.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe that's good advice to developers is because I suppose if I'm a developer and I'm a big developer and I'm implementing my own leaderboard UI, I might not think that adding a leaderboard icon is important because I'm like, I don't use it. It's not that's not how I'm doing it in my game, but it's still going to show up here.
That's right. So I'd advise whatever developer you are, go check your game out in the Play Games app if you've already launched.
All right, that sounds good. Is there a way for me to preview my game in the Play Games app before I've launched?
Not yet.
All right. Not yet.
Yeah.
He keeps using that word.
Yeah.
Is it really just because you don't want to say no and you think that's...
I don't want to say no to you,
all
Todd. No, but they're all great features. I mean, these are definitely, they're all great features. So.
All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. So developers, go, if you've launched your game, check it out in the Play Games app. Make sure it looks good. Make sure it looks like something people will be interested in playing. And I I guess let us know if you have suggestions. I think we might even have an entry in the public bug database for the Play Games Destination app, so that any enhancements or any requests or all those things that I just mentioned, go ahead and add them. So we'll add some peer pressure and
Please
see if we
do.
can get Duncan and his team to add some more stuff.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for this bi-weekly's episode of Game On. Thank you, Duncan, for coming out and explaining everything to us about the Play Games app.
Thanks for having me, Todd.
Are you going to come back when there's a new exciting announcement?
You'll see me back regularly.
All right. Excellent. I can't wait. Thank you very much, YouTube audience, and we will see you in a couple of weeks.